This week, I'm fairly certain, it can never be certain, but I'm fairly certain we'll blow right through 100K. Then we'll get a really big parabolic move, sometime between now and December. And, then it's harder to judge. I mean, we don't have that many cycles to look at, but the cycles are very consistent because humans are going to human.
In October, Mark Yusko, founder, CIO, and managing director of Morgan Creek Capital Management, predicted that this Thanksgiving could be the best ever for the cryptocurrency industry since Bitcoin's inception. He anticipated the leading cryptocurrency would approach $100,000 per coin during the holiday season. While Bitcoin hasn't yet reached that milestone, experts remain confident that six-digit valuations are only a matter of time, with the potential for even higher peaks beyond that. Yusko, a staunch Bitcoin bull and advocate for sound money, became even more optimistic after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approved several spot Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year. He estimated these ETFs could channel at least $300 billion into Bitcoin over the coming years, based on his projection that 1% of the $30 trillion managed by global wealth managers would flow into these funds. However, according to Grant Engelbart, vice president and investment strategist at Carson Group, institutional investors, including pension funds and major investment firms, have already allocated an average of 3.5% of their portfolios into Bitcoin ETF. This suggests that Yusko's initial $300 billion estimate might have been conservative, with the real figure potentially tripling in the years ahead. In a recent interview with Altcoin Daily, Yusko discussed his long-term Bitcoin forecast, envisioning a path from $100,000 to a staggering $1 million by 2025, fueled by increasing institutional adoption and market maturation.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
I tweeted this out the other day. 3 years ago, in 21, we got the email. We're just not even going to have Thanksgiving, so don't bother coming. Now they had Thanksgiving, but we just weren't welcome. 2 years ago, all right, you can come, but you're sitting at the kids' table. Okay. Last year, all right, you can come, but you're sitting with Uncle Ned. Like, I didn't even know I had an Uncle Ned. Right, wedding crashers. This year, oh my God, head of the table, 2 turkey legs for you. Can I get you another glass of champagne? I mean, this is going to be the best Thanksgiving ever. And I'll stick with what I said 6 months ago, that I thought absolutely no question in my mind we were getting to 6-digit BTC this year in dollars. No question. Why? Well, because fair value was going to be in the low to mid 80s, and we would blow right through that because of animal spirits. And whether we got to 110 or 120 or 150, I don't really know. It just depends how much leverage gets in the system. But this week, I'm fairly certain, it can never be certain, but I'm fairly certain we'll blow right through 100K. Then we'll get a really big parabolic move, sometime between now and December. And, then it's harder to judge. I mean, we don't have that many cycles to look at, but the cycles are very consistent because humans are going to human. When the price is below fair value, investors, I like to consider myself an investor. I like to buy things below fair value. That's what I do for a living. And so you buy them and you just hold them. Then what happens is the price starts to rise and get closer to fair value. The traders come in. They're like, oh, movement. I need movement. I don't really care about the fair value. I don't really care at all. I just want to trade. And nothing wrong with trading. I stink at it. I never asked me to trade your money. I'm bad at it. And most humans are bad at it, but there are some good traders. There are a few good traders. But then the speculators come in. Well, what's a speculator? Well, speculator is someone who doesn't really care about anything other than someone needs the other side of a sale, right? Oil producers need to sell their production for it. I'm sitting in Tulsa, Oklahoma in a hotel room with my in-laws. And so here they sell the production forward, and the speculator has to take the other side, because for every buyer, there has to be a seller. For every seller, there has to be a buyer. So speculators are not evil. They just don't care about what they're buying. They just take the other side of the sale. Well, then as the price really starts to move, this is the problem. That's when the gamblers come in. And the gamblers bring leverage, and leverage tends to accelerate the trend until such time as it ends. And I love this. Everyone looks at these parabolic charts and like, oh, this is great. This is great. This is going to go on forever. Show me one, Austin. I defy anyone watching this video. Show me one chart that goes like this and then stays flat. You can't do it. They all go up and then they come down. Now, they eventually, like the Bitcoin chart, had this big parabolic move in 2013, and then it crashed 84%. And then it had a big parabolic move in 17, and it crashed 84%. Then it had a big parabolic move in 21, and it crashed 76%. Now, I tweeted this out a long time ago. When you look at that 2013, right, it was a 20-fold move. It looks barely visible on the chart today. And the one from 2017 was really big, right? We went from 10,000 to 20,000 in 8 weeks. No, I'm sorry, 5 weeks. From November 6th to December 18th, we went up $10,000 in 5 weeks, just like that. And you could barely see it. Now this move eventually, and then the 21 move looked really big, and then we had the crash. Well, now we're way above the trend. So it's a series of higher highs and higher lows. That's the long-term adoption.
Yusko explains that Bitcoin's price movements often follow a predictable 4-year cycle, heavily influenced by its halving events and market dynamic. These halving events, occurring every 4 years, reduce the rewards miners earn for validating transactions, effectively cutting Bitcoin's supply growth in half. This reduced supply, coupled with increasing demand, typically drives Bitcoin's price above its fair value approximately 9 to 12 months after each halving. Yusko attributes this trend to the interplay of supply constraints and demand surges, such as growing institutional adoption and the approval of Bitcoin ETF. These factors intensify the scarcity effect of halving events, leading to significant price hike. He predicts Bitcoin could enter a parabolic growth phase by late 2024, potentially surpassing its intrinsic value as the market responds to these cyclical pressures. During the interview, Yusko also highlights President-elect Donald Trump's pro-Bitcoin campaign promises, emphasizing that Bitcoin's price could rise even faster if these commitments are fulfilled. Notably, Trump's proposed plan to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve after his inauguration could set a precedent for other governments to follow. If this happens, Yusko is confident that Bitcoin will be well on its way to hitting $1 million per coin. Check out more highlights from the interview for deeper insights.
100K to $1 million? It's not that big a move. It's 10x, right? I mean, it's not that it's not a big move, but it's not that big. The miracle of Bitcoin is not that it's going to hit 100K this week. It's not a miracle. It seems like a miracle. And, Dan Morehead just posted the thing yesterday. His original Bitcoin fund is up 1,000x. To go up 1,000x in anything is one of the great investments of all time, period. But 1,000x is a lot different than 10x. 10x, a lot of things go up 10x. I mean, not many, but a lot. And so that $1 million, even though the number sounds big, that move's really not even that impressive. And I think baked in, highly likely, when don't really know. But the miracle of Bitcoin was it went from 0.003 cents to $1. That was the miracle, both in terms of multiple. Like if you were there at the 0.003 cents and you got to $1, now most people would have sold. It would have been long gone, right? Because they made, so many times their money. And there are lots of examples of people bought at 50 cents and sold at 250 and thought they were so smart. But ultimately, each incremental move, and that's why, when people show linear scale charts, I go batshit crazy. It's like long-term charts have to be log scale. They have to be log scale. Because going from 100 to 200, right? That's 100% increase. Going from 200 to 300 is not. So yes, it's 100,000 move, but it's only half as much. And so you have to look at log scale. So again, that's a long answer. Going from 250 to $1 million, that'll happen like fast. Now, is it likely, I think, that we have the next bear market before that? Yes, right? I actually think this cycle tops, I used to say 150-ish. Now maybe that's a little higher. Maybe we get to the 2 handle. But, next fall-ish, I'm guessing October, September timeframe, we will have a bear market. There'll be too much leverage in the system, and humans will human, and we'll have another downdraft. Now, could that be mitigated by this big FOMO? Look, if the U.S. passes the bill, and then every other government around the world says, "Well, shit, if they did it, I got to do it," and then we have a whole bunch of people competing for a very, very scarce resource. Because here's the thing: gold, while provably scarce, isn't absolutely scarce, right? You can go mine more of it if the price gets high enough. Bitcoin doesn't work that way. There's only so many, and the ones that are lost or stolen, you really can't get them back.
Bitcoin is currently trading near $97,000, and experts believe it's on the verge of crossing into six-digit territory. The cryptocurrency industry is positioned for major growth, with central banks worldwide expected to implement expansive monetary policies. This influx of liquidity will likely benefit financial assets broadly, but cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin stand to gain disproportionately due to their decentralized nature and strong appeal as an inflation hedge. At the same time, regulatory hurdles, long a source of uncertainty, are steadily being addressed, particularly in the United States. Progress toward clearer regulatory frameworks is building investor confidence and driving broader adoption. This shift is expected to unlock new opportunities for institutional and retail investors, further fueling market momentum. As these factors align, the stage is set for cryptocurrencies to experience notable price increases and heightened activity in the months ahead. What are your most bullish price predictions for Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies in 2025 and beyond? Share your insights in the comments below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these two awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.